Good morning, beautiful people. Marie Alessi here with another topic in the Meaningful Mindset series. And today I'd love to chat to you about the question, are we in the same boat? I saw a really beautiful message the other day and it sat with me for quite some time because at first I was like, wow, this is so true. This is so beautiful. And then it actually made me think what this message does, and that there truly are two sides to this story, and that I would like to unpack that with you live here. So, I'm going to read this message to you because some of you might have seen that in the preview or in the event, because I used it as a picture instead of mine that I usually have there because I wanted everyone to see it. Thank you for all the love. I love it when I get greeted with "Hey beauty" and love hearts in the morning. Thank you so much. So the quote said, "We are not all in the same boat. We are in the same storm. Some have yachts, some have canoes, and some are drowning. Just be kind and help where you can." I totally agree with that. Just be kind and help where you can. Absolutely, the world can't ever have enough kindness. We all need to take this message to heart and live by it. But let's look at both sides of that story. I, of course, instantly thought of two very obvious topics here, and I have to apologize for the hammering because I've got workers in the house repairing my ensuite because I had water damage. So please bear with me and background noise, but I really truly hope that you still have the same value that you get out of these talks. So here we go. When you think about us being in the same boat or not in the same boat, I instantly thought of the two scenarios. One, obviously, being the global pandemic that's happening here at the moment, everywhere around us. Some have it a lot harder, some have it a lot easier. And then, of course, I thought of our very topic here that we're dealing with on a daily basis, and that is grief. And again, some deal with it a lot harder and others deal with it a lot easier. So let's look at both scenarios and how that affects us and how we deal with adversity when we look at both sides of the story. So I'm going to start with what the quote said, the meme said, "We are not in the same boat." Let's look at that for a moment. I agree. I absolutely agree with it because, as I said, there are people that are doing it a lot harder. There are countries that are way more affected by COVID than we are here in Australia. And I have to say, I felt pretty unaffected by COVID ever since it first started. We are very blessed that most times our cases are really low. We are in a lockdown situation as we speak right now here in Sydney. However, compared to other countries, we are still on a luxury yacht, so to say, compared to some that are drowning in the whole global pandemic. And it's not just the pandemic, but it's the fear that is spread with that pandemic. And you will see that even there, the parties are completely split between, hey, it's just another thing like the flu, like this, like that. We've dealt with so many things throughout our lives. And others that say, no, this is way worse. This is contagious. Everybody needs to get vaccinated. Let's not even start on that topic because same here, they're pro and anti-vaccinators. And I can understand both parties. I really do. And what I'm trying to bring across here is that you do need to look at the individual. Everybody has got different fears, everybody has got different needs. And yes, some people are drowning and others are sitting on a cruise ship, not even noticing what's going on around them. So I understand that point of view. And when you apply that to the field of grief, there are people who really feel stuck in their grief and can't find a way out. These are the people that feel like they are drowning. And then there are people who are doing it seemingly easy to most around them. And I want to remind you that it is okay to sit on that yacht. You have earned it. When you are sitting on that yacht, you have earned it. It is your absolute right to be happy, to be cruising through life, and to be cruising easier through storms that are coming when you have the right boat to sit on than others that are in the water and drowning. I want you to just be aware of what's going on around you. Be aware of the people around you. Do exactly that, the kindness, the looking out for others, the being aware of who needs help. Help others if you can. If you are sitting on that yacht and you have got some extra space on there, get other people on there with you. You know, this is a really beautiful opportunity. When you are sitting in a boat and you have people around you drowning, bring them in. I see Loving Life After Loss as an absolute cruise ship that has got enough space for people to jump on board. There don't need to be any people drowning in the water around us. I want them all to come on in. I want them all to sleep in a comfortable bed, in a warm bed, to have shelter, to feel that there are people who care for them, to feel that they are part of a bigger thing here. This global movement to me is not just a Facebook group. I really truly mean that. This is a mission for me. This is a movement because there is movement in what we do. We are not just a boat floating in the ocean. We are a cruise ship taking people on board with us wherever we go. I'm stopping in as many ports as I possibly can to take people on board with us. And I see them as an individual. I see them with their personal needs. I open my heart, my mind, and my doors to everyone who comes on board. I want to see them. I want to see every single one of you. I want you to feel seen in this whole ocean of people that are on board with us in this beautiful cruise ship. So here is the one side of the story where you're like, we are not in the same boat. I understand you. I understand that everyone is in a different situation. Everyone has got different capabilities, abilities, skills to deal with certain situations better or worse than others. Yet here comes the other side of the story, where you look at the side that says we are all in the same boat. And this is giving you the bigger picture, because I believe that both perspectives are true. We do need to see the individual. We do need to look at those people who are drowning. First and foremost, those of you who feel you're drowning. We do need to look at those people who only have a canoe but would like to come on board of the cruise ship. Yet let's face it, there are people out there who enjoy being on a lake, being in a river with a canoe, enjoying that ride just by themselves or just two of them paddling for joy. Not everybody's paddling for their lives. Some are paddling for joy and they want that rather exclusive or excluded or solitude. Solitude does not mean or not equal loneliness. It is something that we need to accept and allow. Everybody has got different needs. Yet when you look at the bigger picture, we are all in this together. We are all in this together when it comes to the global pandemic. We all need to be respectful and careful with our actions, our thoughts, and how we step into this world, depending on where we are at. There are situations where you're allowed to walk around more freely than in other countries, and there are situations where you have to wear your mask and log in everywhere you go and leave details everywhere you go. So please be mindful of that. If you are in a situation where you have to wear a mask or not, we're still all in the same boat. Our actions that we do daily, how we deal with the global pandemic, has got a ripple effect into the whole world. So on a global perspective, we're all in this together. And when you look at it from our point of view, when it comes to grief, on the bigger scheme of things, from an outside perspective, we are all in this together. When I look at Loving Life After Loss, the movement that I have started a bit over 2 years ago, I see it as that cruise ship when you go with the analogy of boats. I welcome everybody in. Nobody has to be sitting in the in the, I don't know what you call these little dinghies that are there to save people. But you know, you can all have your cabin, you can all have your bed to sleep in, you can all have your beautiful comfy deck chair. You can spend time on the sidelines watching people jump into the pool, frolicking, or you can go into your cabin and sit there a little bit by yourself. But you know that you are on our cruise ship, you are taken care of. You are cared for. There are people coming to clean your room. There are people coming to offer you channels where you can watch programs that are going on if you don't want to be participating live or sitting in the audience or even being on stage. You know, I take this analogy for the beautiful journey that we run at the moment, from grief to relief. It's a healing journey that is there available for you. So to stay with the analogy, you can be in your room watching it from your bed, switching through the channels, watching every episode that is out there. Or you can come into the audience and watch it on the big screen with everybody else, because we do run this on a weekly basis at the moment. We do live stream it into the group, so you can sit there, watch it live, comment, ask questions, participate as a person in the audience when you watch the live stream in Loving Life After Loss. Or you can click on the link and come on in, which would be the equivalent of come on stage with us, sit next to us, discuss it with us, share your experience with us. We want you to be there. And to me, it doesn't make a huge difference if you're sitting next to me on stage or in the audience or watching this from your cabin. All I want you to do is get the information, get the tools that can heal your pain, that can ease your pain, that can heal your suffering, that can help you heal on the long term. And of course, it does make a difference to you. The more you participate, the more you get out of that. But it's still your choice if you want to participate from your cabin or from the audience or from stage. That is just coming down to your personality, to your preferences. But we all have opportunities around us. We just need to look up. I can promise you, if you are swimming in the ocean around my cruise ship, there'll be one of us stretching down a hand, throwing you a life ring, whatever it takes to get you on board. Yet you are the one who needs to take hold of that hand, take hold of the life ring that we throw you, and climb in. You know, we can only open the doors or stretch out our hands. It's you who has to come in or take that hand. We're here to help. We are here to hold space for you. So from a beautiful global perspective, we are all in the same boat. We all need healing, be that on a physical level when it comes to a global pandemic, be that on an emotional or mental level when it comes to grief. We all need healing. And this is the exact point that I wanted to make. You can look at this, are we in the same boat or not, from both sides. So yes, we are all individuals. We may all be in different canoes or swimming or drowning in the ocean, but there are boats around us that we can choose to climb into and to join. So if you are one of those people already sitting in a boat, already sitting in a canoe, and you've got a space, a free seat, a free bed, a cabin, whatever there is in your boat, in your yacht, in your cruise, then invite people in, because we all are in the same boat when you look at it from a global perspective. I truly hope this has opened your heart and mind to looking at things from both perspectives. And at the end of the day, we all just need to choose a bit more kindness. I'm sending you so much love. Please feel free to share this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, invite people into Loving Life After Loss who can need that support or need that extra bed in our cruise ship. Our doors are wide open, our hearts and minds are too. Sending you much love. This is Maria Leslie signing off. Bye for now.